Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you are an international student looking to start your studies this September in the United Kingdom, then you would know that looking for an accommodation is an essential task for you to complete. In this video, I'll be sharing some tips that would help you find that perfect accommodation that you can call home while you study in the UK. Let's get started. First things first, you need to plan for your accommodation, have a budget, okay? And then you need to start looking for your accommodation early. But not to worry, if you haven't found one yet, it's not too late. You can still start looking for that perfect place now. First thing you need to do is to search on accommodation sites. Popular sites are Share Room, Spare Room, Zoopla, Right to Move. These are sites where you can input your location or your intending location, probably your university, and then you give a radius of your search perimeter. Might be 1 mile, might be 2 miles, depending on the requirements of your university. And then you can search. You can also streamline your search, apply filters like shared apartment, studios. A studio is popularly known as self-contained in Nigeria. So a studio is the apartment where you have your toilet, you have your bathroom, you have your kitchen, okay, in a minimal space, I would say. So you can decide if you want a studio apartment or if you want a shared room, like a room in a flat. You take one room and you have other students in the other rooms. That's a shared apartment. Or you can also decide if you want a 1-bed house, 2-bed house, 3-bed house, depending on your requirement. But these sites will help you get that accommodation. Number 2, a guarantor. Now, in the UK, there's such a thing called a guarantor. A guarantor is that individual that would be liable to pay your rent in the case you're unable to pay that rent. Now, this means that this individual needs to be a UK resident and needs to have a stable source of income. Most landlords will request for a UK guarantor. Not to worry if you haven't found one yet. You can always reach out to your university and they could help you out with a guarantor. Or there are some sites I'm going to be putting up where you can register to get a guarantor at a paid fee, okay? It's not free. And then also some landlords in the place of a guarantor might ask you for an advance rent or deposit. In some cases, they may ask you to pay for 3 months rent or 4 months rent or 5 months rent upfront, okay, instead of providing a guarantor. So these are things you need to find and figure out while you're looking for your accommodation. Now we've spoken about the guarantor, let's talk about energy ratings. In the UK, there's such a thing called energy rating. So when you're looking for an accommodation, it's advisable to look for an accommodation that has a high energy rating within the range of A to C. This is because the utility bill will be much more cheaper as compared to a house with a poor energy rating in the band of D to E. I'll be putting up something up for you to see what I mean. So there's something called an EPC, that is an energy performance certificate, and every house in the UK has one. This energy performance certificate tells you what band that the house falls in terms of energy efficiency. Now, when you're in the band of A to C, that's still okay. But when you're in the band of D to E to F, I would say that's poor. And if you're in this category, that means you'll be utilizing a lot of money on energy bills. So it's best to be in the band of A to C. So these are points you have to look out for when you're looking for an accommodation, particularly if the accommodation you're looking for is not bills inclusive. Speaking of bills inclusive and convenience, most students, I would advise you to go for an accommodation that is bills inclusive. And this is because you're just moving into the UK and you wouldn't want to worry about extra expenses. So when I say bills inclusive, these accommodations have their bills included in the rent. So you don't have to worry about paying for your light bill, water bill, Wi-Fi bill, or other bills that come with a house. So when you have a bills inclusive house, once you pay your rent, you have access to everything. Now, when you're looking for an accommodation and you've gotten that perfect place, always ensure that you go through your contracts. Go through your contract. Do not sign without reading and understanding the terms and conditions. Now, when you're going through your contract, these are points you should look out for. What is the duration of the tenancy? What is the agreed deposit? What is the schedule of payments? For some landlords, they might want you to pay your rent on the 25th of every month. Some might tell you to pay on the 31st. So you need to know what the schedule of payment is so as to be sure that it is suitable and convenient for you. You don't want to miss on your bills. Another thing to look out for in your contract is who is going to be responsible for repairs in the house. You need to be sure of what that means. You also need to check in your contract that it clearly states if the bills are included and what bills are included. If you have your contract and it says bills included, please make sure that it is specified what bills. Is it light bill? Is it water bill? Is it Wi-Fi charges? Make sure that it is clearly stated what these bills are that are included in your rent. Okay? Say you've signed your contract, congratulations. But before you move or unpack or do anything in that accommodation, take inventory. Take inventory, take stock. Have a video of what the apartment looks like. Take pictures of what the apartment looks like. Now, this will help you because while you're getting that accommodation, you are expected to pay a deposit. Most houses or landlords will require you to pay deposit. Now, to get your deposit back at the end of the tenancy period, you need to make sure that there is no damages done to the house. Okay, so for you to be sure the exact state and condition of the house and to avoid argument with your landlord going back and forth, you need to take pictures, take videos of everything in the house. Make sure you capture that stain on the rug, the scratch on the wall. Make sure you take pictures. That's an inventory of everything in the house. That is your proof. And that might save you your deposit when it's time to move out. So guys, I hope you found these tips helpful. Remember, when you're searching for an accommodation, proximity to school should be your priority. Okay guys, make sure that that place you're looking to move into is somewhere that you can easily commute to school from. You don't want to be getting to your lecture hall late and missing on attendance. That will affect you at the end of the day. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave in the comment section for me, and in my next video I'll be sharing tips on how to open a bank account in the UK. Don't worry, I got you covered. Until the next time we meet, love you guys. Bye for now. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more informative content. I wish you all the best.